So you've been invited to expand as university. And I guess the question is, why come? And you're not sure. So I've been asked to come and give you a couple of moments about why you should come. My name's Andy. I'm the CEO at Expandly. Apologies, I'm taking this from, I'm on holiday. I'm in Morocco. I'm on a windsurfing and wingfoiling holiday on this amazing landscape here, if not a little bit barren. I'm going to keep my sunglasses on only because it's so bright I can't quite see, so hopefully you'll excuse me for that. So let me ask you just with a couple of questions to start. Have you signed up to expand your business to Europe? Do you want your expansion to be a success? So those two questions probably are the most important for me straight away and off the bat. So where are you now? Well, hopefully you've already decided to expand your business. You're working with us in one form or another, and you've got one of our end-to-end packages or our Expandly subscription, and we're going to help you to expand your business into Europe. But you're in that limbo stage where, you're getting your products compliant, you're getting your VAT registered, and there's this limbo period where you're excited to get going and keen to get going, yet off the back of that, you're still waiting for the governments to get stuff to you, which is incredibly frustrating, annoying and painful, and I'm completely with you. Potentially, you know nothing about the region where you're going. You don't know the different culture. Europe's got 28 countries. In those 28 countries, there's 28 cultures, 28 languages. And, you don't understand the differences and nuances between those. Possibly, this is a real experiment for your brand. It's something you've never done before. So it's got to work. It really needs to put your brand into the next stage of its growth. And perhaps you've not put a plan into place in order for it to start working. So if that's where you are, where do you want to get to? Well, picture yourself on the Italian lakes. The beautiful Riviera of the Italian lakes. You're in this beautiful wooden boat, the sun from the sky like it is today. And you're on that boat and you're on the beautiful sidewalks, these beautiful ladies and men from the Italian coastline all there with you. And it's just the most romantic, beautiful place. And you're there because your business has afforded you the luxury, perhaps, of visiting some of these amazing places in Europe. Perhaps it's Paris, perhaps it's Barcelona, perhaps it's London. There's so many amazing places in the world that, you're able to go and see those as a business expense. Visualise your monthly review. You're doing the monthly review of your team and the sales are increasing globally. You're seeing the sales increase month on month. You're seeing the regions improve month on month. Your global orders are increasing. And because of that, you're getting your COGS to be reduced in all areas of your business because you're just getting much more volume. And imagine you've just got a call to speak on Prosper. I'm talking about Prosper because it's on at the moment in the States in Vegas. And you've been given the call to say, hey, you've done this global domination thing. We'd love to come and talk about how that's worked for you on the stage. And lastly, it's the end of the financial year and your global sales have outweighed your local sales. So that's where you are. That's where you want to get to. How are you going to get there? I believe you'll get there by implementing an expansion strategy. Now, what do I mean by an expansion strategy? Well, it's sort of like a plan, but with a strategy. And let me just dial that back a bit, because when you started your business as an entrepreneur, founder, as an e-commerce business, you might have got a blueprint, you might have got some help, you might have got some support, but most of us just grind our way through it and work it out. We watch a load of YouTube videos, we might do some training, go on a course, but ultimately you're just grinding it out and no one's given you the blueprint and the strategy. Well, an expansion strategy is exactly that. We've worked with thousands of sellers and we want to make sure that you've got that. So why is it important? Well, we've expanded over 3,000 sellers into Europe. And of those 3,000 sellers, only 40% have made it a success. That's a staggering amount, only 40%. So why now? Well, if we know that 40% are successful and 60% are not, it's our duty to make sure we work with you to enable that to be a success, firstly. Secondly, we now know what works and what doesn't. We know what has made that 40% a success. We know what has made that 60% not work. It's free. This will be a paid course going forwards, but we want to make sure that people that are currently within our ecosystem and and part of our Expandly community, we want to make sure that you've got all of this information. We have a duty of care, as I said, to give you this information to make sure you've got it. And ultimately, we want your expansion to be a success. It has to be a success. That's good news for us, and it's good news for you. We want to make sure that that expansion really works for you and your business. So, what is Expanders University? Well, it's a 3-day in-person event. It's workshop focused. It's training and exercises, gleaning the 20 years of business and e-commerce information that we've got, the 10 years of expansion that we've been doing with 3,000 sellers. We're imparting that information, put it into a workshop training exercise process for you to learn what's worked and what hasn't. We're going to give you the completely unique global expansion pathway, our success framework to enable that successful expansion. I want you to walk out of a complete blueprint on how you're going to expand your business, what that looks like, and what success is. Because we want you to succeed in your expansion. So why come? Well, you spent thousands on expanding your business, and I'm going to give you the strategy and tactics to make it a success. So in that way, it's a completely free course. It's 3 days in person with me and a couple of our team to really support you and your growth. You know, as I said, it's free. We want your expansion to be a success. You're going to get our EU expansion plan, our success pathway. You're going to get the tips and tricks that we've seen that have worked and haven't worked. And we're going to give you all the things to avoid, because that's the biggest part of some of this, is making sure you avoid some of these small mistakes. And we're going to give you everything to succeed. As I said, it's free, 3-day in-person event in Austin at the end of April. I think it's the 26th, 27th, 28th of April. Team, please make sure you put the right dates below there. It's the last Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of April. And for me, ultimately, your expansion has to be a success. You're putting time, effort, cash, investment, resources into this expansion. You've got to make it a success, and you're only going to make it a success if you put a proper strategy in place. So don't be a fool. Join the 3-day in-person event to make sure you maximise that opportunity.